Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ruma Pal. Welcome you all to Chaitanya Studio of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad. We are dealing with lecture series of BBA in the subject of service marketing. Students, you must be familiar. In this subject, we have 4 blocks. In that 4 blocks, we have different kind of units. Today, we will learn block 1. That is the first block. In that first block, we will learn Unit 1. In that unit, it is all about the introduction, services phenomena, myths about service industries, the growth and current status of service industries. So, the first thing that we need to know as a student that why we need to learn this unit, right? Why we need to learn this block. What we will get after learning this. So this all comes under learning objectives. So the first thing we need to know about defining service phenomena. The second thing we will come to know the myths about service industries. And then we will come to know reasons for growth and current status of service industries. And then after studying all the services thing, then we will come to know what is the results of the marketing implications of services and its characteristics. So the first thing we will learn that the definition of services, or you can say the introduction of services. So as India moves increasingly toward a service economy, marketers need to know more about marketing service products. On a simplistic note, one can say that services are activities or benefits that one party can offer to another that are essentially intangible. It's obviously intangible. Services we cannot touch, right? So it is an intangible and do not result in the ownership of anything. During the past decades, services have increasingly assumed an important role in the Indian economy. You know, before the this production era, there was a production era. Everything was about production, right? Producing a product and giving that in a market. But after this services comes, so everyone, if ever since this trend was set in the 90s. Services have gained dominance. The competition simultaneously in service organization is becoming intense and severe. As a result, this organization have to have a more professional approach to managing their businesses. Myths about service industries. There are lots myths about service industries. Being a student, you need to know all the myths, so that you will define as a service industries. Okay, the first myth is that a service economy produces services at the expense of other sectors. It is only a myth. The fact is that many service industries are major purchasers of manufactured goods. Take the example of airlines. Yes, all the airlines, what they do, major services, they are major purchasers of manufactured goods, fast food outlets, educational institutions, etc., which buy so much of manufactured products. Now, the second myth we need to learn. The second myth is that service production is primarily labor intensive. In fact, a number of service sectors like healthcare, hospitality, etc. are capital intensive. Productivity are therefore equally important in service organizations as returns on capital employed. Yes, students, you must be aware of the returns on capital employed, that what we get after we are selling something, selling the product, what we get the return. What kind of return? The return is profit, right? So as return on capital employed will be one of the major determinants of success. The third myth The third myth about services is that people satisfy their product needs before the need for services. This is also not true. Research finding of a study revealed that people value services as much as products. However, they buy services in less cyclical way as compared to goods. Like say for example, while we are going to salon services, yes, we are taking salon services. It's obvious that this is a less cyclical, right? In a month you are going. And when it comes to like goods, like we need pulses, so it is a daily basis. So it's obviously when it comes to the services, it's it's a value services as much as products. However, they buy services in a less cyclical, right? Now, the fourth myth about the services sector is that service businesses are cottage industries. Yes, there is a myth that service sector is a cottage industry, which is not at all right. And service jobs are low paying. If you check the list of Fortune 500 companies, you will be surprised to see the number of service companies figuring in that list. Yes, before this 19th century, everyone used to think like service, it's all about the cottage industries and there is a low paying. But when it comes to in nowadays situation, now every sectors you can find there's a service sector, right? Means even in the economic growth also, service sectors, they are giving more than 30% growth, right? So the other myth about the service sector is that services are only offered by the government sector. The fact is that on the one hand, public services like telephones, healthcare, power generation and distribution, etc., are being privatized. Yes, all are being privatized. On the other hand, large enterprises are entering into services sector. So students, here we will come to know that all the myths, right? And even that we come to know all the all the says, all the discourses are actually the myths, and we come to the real fact. Now we will learn four categories of service organization. So this services, we come to know what is actually services, right? And the myths. And now we need to know this service organization as a categories. So in this service organization are quite varied and different from each other and can be put into four categories. So this whole service organizations, the researchers has different them in a four categories, right? So the first category they have includes the public agency sector. Public agency sector, say for example, post offices, police and fire departments, water and electricity authorities. Now, when we are going to post offices, right, what we are purchasing over there? We are purchasing nothing. We are purchasing means we are taking services. Even in police also, what we are getting from there? We are getting services, right? Fire departments, they are also providing services, right? So this first category, they have, they put the public agency sector. In the second group is made up of the private non-profit sector running charities. Okay, in examples we are providing like charities. This is also private non-profit sector. Even there are public sector also, they are running charities. Okay, but here in the second group we will take only the private non-profit sector, right? Then foundations, there are many foundations, right? They are running and they are giving services. Old age homes or various societies involved in issues related to women, literacy, family welfare, etc. So the second group we come to know, second group is private non-profit sector. Running examples are charities, foundations, old age homes or various societies involved in issues related to women's literacy, welfare, right? Now, the third group, okay, the third group comes the business sector comprising banks, hotels, airlines, travel agencies, tour operators, courier services, insurance, consultancy, legal management, or medical. So the third group, what we come to know, the first one is the business sector. Okay, the business sector means where it is based on the profit, right? It is based on the profit. They are doing business because of they want profit. They want somewhere profit maximization. Okay, so this comes under hotel, airlines, travel agencies, tour operators, courier services. Now lastly, it is the sector which provides services to those involved in manufacturing. So this includes those firms providing security personnel. Okay, so we can see there is a, after for each and every mall we can see the security, right? The security people are there. So this security persons, it's what they are what they are giving. They are giving services. So in that last categories, they have they put this services, security personnel services, they put in the last category, which is involved in manufacturing. The second examples we can take, that is accountants and auditors. Accountants and auditors, what they do, they are giving services only. Then computer operators and software consultants that help manufacturing firms in their operations. So student, in these four categories, what we come to know, there is a four categories. The first category, it's a public agency sector. The second category, that is private non-profit sectors. Okay, and the third category, it's all comes the business sectors, right? All the companies who are doing businesses because of the profit maximization. So we put this in a third group. And the last group, it's all about the manufacturing. Okay. So service sector in India, we can say like here we have cited few things. You have a number of examples, you can put it, right? So first cited, what we have cited, hotels and restaurants. So this is also comes under services sector. Then other transport and storages. Then railways also comes under service sector. Banking also comes under service sector. Then communications like post, telecom, then insurance, then dwellings, real estate, business services, defense, public administration, personal services, community services, trade, and other services. Now you will say that what comes under salon? Yes, salon you can put. This is also service sector. This is also service sector. Salon also example of a service sector. So this will comes under other services. Okay, so there are many services. Even the when it comes to the teaching also, it's a services. So it comes under personal services, right? Okay, now we need to know the reasons, why this service sector is going. Yes, we come to know that service sector is going because because everyone needs a service, right? We need a product, but sometimes we after product also it's required some services. So services, it's required everywhere. Like a hotel industry, what they are providing services. What they are not providing goods. When you are going to restaurants, when you are going to banking sectors, they are providing services, right? So services is everywhere nowadays. Without services, we cannot imagine a industry. Without service industry, we cannot imagine a marketing or in a era where everything is required a services, right? Even after COVID also, this became more important. The service sector, they are booming and booming. So these things we need to know the reasons, right? Reasons for growth and current status. So the first one, that is affluence. Okay, the increase in per capita income from rupees 238.8 in 1950s to rupees 11,934.5 in 1998. So in this, in this unit or in this digit, we come to know that how this is, developing, how they have developed. Before it was a very, before it was a only, 1 or 2 units, but now it's become more, it's booming, it's developing. Why? This is an indicator of the increase in general affluence level. This increase in affluence has given rise to services like pest control, personal security, interior designer, etc. Before it was, in 19th century, when the services sector or the services terms comes, that time it was all about personal security, interior designing, and then giving services like banking. So, and later on it comes under n number of services. Now, the next thing that we need to know why it is growing, the service sector, that is leisure time. So, there are many who take time out from their busy schedule to travel and holiday, and therefore there is a need for travel agencies. Yes, resorts, hotels, and entertainment. Okay, so it was required for pest control, who will come and who will do this pest control for our home, and then personal security, if someone will give the personal security, and then interior designer for your home. And after home, when people comes to know, we need a, after doing our regular basis work, we need some time for ourselves, for our grooming, for our for our refreshment. So then this bunch of people, they comes, they were thinking about the leisure time, how they will spend the leisure time. So in that time, this service industry exist. Okay, so what they did, they started with the travel agencies. What they used to tell, you come to me, and what we will do, we will give you the complete itinerary, that where you can go, where you can spend your time, and how much it's required. So in this way, this service industry is going. Then they have started with 5-star hotels, 3-star hotels, and entertainment like movies and all have started. So there are others who utilize this time to improve their career prospects, and hence there is a need for adult education, distance learning, and part-time courses. Now, the next one, life expectancy. Life expectancy is a very important factor. It's very important reasons actually for growth, and for growth of service sector. Now, what is life expectancy, right? The health programs have significantly contributed to an increase in life expectancy, giving rise to services like old age homes, nursing homes, healthcare. After, the first thing what they were need for services, like they were need for home, that they need an interior designer, they need a pest control. Then after that, this group comes to know, okay, why can't we spend some time for our own. So they went for, they went for their leisure time. So in that time, it has started this travel agency, this hotels, restaurants had started. Then it comes under old age homes, they are providing services. Means, when it comes to people are getting old, who will take care of them? So they, there are a bunch of people, they comes and they told, okay, if you are having a problem, as you are running short of time, or your schedule is too much busy, your old parents, you can give us to your old parents, we will take care of them, and we will give them medicine on time, and we will take care of them properly. So this old age homes come started, then nursing home started, then healthcare services has started also. Before that, healthcare services means it was all about Ayurvedic, it was all about the the home thing. Like if you got a fever, they never taken the services from hospitals. What they used to do, they used to take services from their home only. So the home nuksa and the Ayurvedic things they used to take. Now this hospital care, the nursing homes comes, then this services sector had risen. Now the working wives, this is also the one of the main reasons of growing services sector. As more and more women have started working, the need for daycare for children has increased, and so in this in the case with packet foods, and home delivery also has started. It's obviously peoples who are running through very busy schedule, what they will do, it's required, it's required a maximum, it required a more time to prepare a food. So working women or working wives, what they have done, they used to think, if we'll spend our time for cooking, it's better spending our time to our children, right, better than our cooking. So what they used to do, they used to take services from packed foods and home delivery services. So in this way, this home delivery services and packed food services has grown. Now, the next important factor that we need to know, the reasons for reasons for growing our service industries. So that is product complexity. Now, what is product complexity? A large number of products are now serviced only by specialized persons like water purifiers, microwave ovens, home computers, etc. So this product complexity means till that time everyone was happy with the water, what they used to get. Either they are getting normal water from their tap, or they are going to river and they are taking water from the river. But when this purifiers comes, so what they are giving a purified water. So this all the products are like a product complexity at that point of time. Like everyone used to use the stoves, right? But this microwave oven, why this microwave oven comes? Because of managing the time. So even the home computers also. So this all comes under product complexity, and because of this product complexity, this services started. This services comes. And this has led to rise for services like after sale services, then agents for durables, maintenance services providers. Like you are purchasing a microovens, okay, understood. But when you are using microovens, you need to know that how it's maintained. So for that, you require a maintenance service provider. Even after sale services means what they will do, they will give you the instruction, the proper instruction, what should you do, what should not do, do's and don'ts. They will come to your home and they will teach you. So this after sale services comes because of this product complexity. Like water purifiers also, you need to know that do's and don'ts, home computers also. So in this way, this services, after sale services has grown up. Okay, the next one, life's complexity. Yes, this is also another problem, that is life's complexity. But because of this life complexity, this service sector has grown a lot. Service sectors has developed a lot. So as the daily routine gets busier, we are running through busy schedule, individuals find it difficult to manage things on their own. So this leads to an obvious need for tax consultants, legal advisors, and property advisors. Now, the next, resources, scarcity, and ecology. Depleting natural resources is increasing the need for conservation of resources. We have seen the mushrooming of service providers like pollution control agencies, carpools, water management, etc. So all these are resource scarcity and ecology. And because of this service sector has boomed and they are developing day by day. Now, the another thing, that is new products. The development in information technology has given rise to services like PCOs. Now, what you will say, what is PCOs? PCOs, it's paper service provider. I mean, PCOs they have started what the new development, technological development. Then paper service providers, they are providing papers to each and every home. Then web shoppers. So this, because of this, the service industries has developed and they are developing. So one thing that we come to know, why this service industry is growing. The first one, that is affluence, then leisure time, then life expectancy. Became became more, so they need more services. So in that way, services sectors has grown. Then working wives, then product complexity, life complexity, resources scarcity and ecology, then new products. Now we need to know defining services phenomena. So here till now we come to know the growth for this service industry. Then we come to know the myths about service industries, right? Now we can define very easily what is services. Okay, so even from the introduction also we come to know that service is intangible, right? So here we will come to know what is services phenomena. As we have noticed from the preceding discussion, a services is a quite a complicated phenomena. To develop clarity on service as a concept, it is a desirable that we look at how various researchers have defined it over the last 3 decades. American Marketing Association is one of the first to define services as early as in 1960. It defined services as activities, benefits, or satisfaction which are offered for sale or provided in connection with the sale of goods. So here also the servicing phenomena, like services, actually in one word the definition take into account the following important features of services. That is, services are by and large, as a result services are intangible. They take place in the interaction between the customer and the service provider, which means that services are produced and consumed simultaneously. Means it's produced, like say for example, just now I'm giving you a lecture on service marketing and it's consumed, right? You will see that lectures and it will consumed immediately. Now the characteristics of services. Okay, now the characteristics of services, the first thing that is lack of ownership, the second one that is intangibility, okay, the third one that is inseparability, then variability, then perishability and user participation. Okay, the lack of ownership means services can't be, you can't be owner of services. Services is differ from man to man. My teaching process would be different, someone's teaching process would be different. So it varies to man. So this is lack of ownership. Service characteristics is a lack of ownership. Intangibility. Earlier also I have told you service is intangible. We cannot see, we cannot touch services, right? It is inseparable. How it is inseparable? Services are produced and consumed at the same time. You cannot separate services. Like say for example, goods, what you can do? You can separate like goods, like you can separate this wristwatch, you can separate this dress also. But when it comes to service, service, when it's produced, consumed at the same time. Even the variability, service are different from different, as I have said earlier also. My teaching process would be different, someone's teaching process would be different, right? So service are the variable. Why it is perishable? Because we cannot store service. Service is like that, means once it, in the other words, service cannot be invented. Doctors or dentists often charge patients for missed appointments because the service value has foregone, right? Now, user participation. Indeed, user participate in every service production even when the user is not required to be at a location when the service is performed. User participation in every service production. A service cannot be separate from its provider. So it's a user participation is required. So in this unit we come to know each characteristics of services like intangible, inseparable, has potential for marketing strategies. Each one can be a source of improving the productivity or service providers. So these are the questions you can do at your home. So this is like a home assignment. You can check your progress. Even the answers also are cited in the below. Students, in this unit, we come to know the service phenomena, that service and the characteristics of services. Like the services are intangible, services are perishable, it is a variable, it is a heterogeneous group, it's not a homogeneous. Even we come to know the myths about services, even we come to know that why services is growing, right? So in this unit we come to know about the services phenomena, the characteristics of services and the myths about services, right? So we can define in a simplest word, services is intangible and services can't be consumed. Services can't be differentiated from, from a seller to the giver, right? Because once services produced and the same time it consumed as well. Thank you all.